Hello everyone and welcome to a beautiful sunset scene here in the Vive Pro. We are at Southampton in the H135 and this is, in my view, one of the most incredible photogrammetry areas in this sim. So I thought we could go nice and low and slow. The reason why it's a sunset scene is because, of course, we are running an OLED screen and I couldn't give the Vive Pro back without at least showing one flight, you know, as the sun sets here, because OLED rules for this type of experience. I want to say a massive thank you to Mikey for not only lending me his own Vive Pro, but also his base stations as well. I really do appreciate it, my friend. And as I said before in another video, if you need any help with anything, please let me know. I am forever in your debt, really, for such a very nice, kind gesture. Anyway, we're going to get cracking now and lift off here the best we can. My helicopter skills are pretty horrible at best, so forgive me for that. But one thing I have noticed as well, running the Vive Pro, I am getting between 45 and 75 frames per second with my 3090 card. Basically, it's sleeping with this kind of resolution. Now, admittedly, that pentile arrangement of those pixels, it means you get screen door. But one thing I have noticed as well, and that's in a scene like this, you don't see screen door, you just see beautiful, incredible dark blacks and incredible vivid colours everywhere, really. So I hope you enjoy this flight. I think the best thing to do, really, is to dim your lights down, pour yourself a whiskey or something, and just come along with me and enjoy. This is the police livery. I thought would be quite apt, and we're just going to basically patrol the streets here in Southampton, enjoy some of this incredible photogrammetry area low and slow, because honestly, going back to an OLED panel like this, I have some mixed emotions. One of them is a feeling of just amazement, because I absolutely love flying at night in VR. It's something I used to do all the time in the CV1, but I also feel incredibly sad knowing that this is just me trying this out. You know, I kind of almost, I've been looking on eBay for a Vive Pro just so I could have this experience every now and then of an OLED screen, because there's just nothing else out there that kind of competes with this. I think Pimax have an OLED screen out now, so I might contact them and see if I can borrow one of their headsets. I think it's at the 5K something or other. I run out of, I don't know, because there's so many of them, so many different versions out there. But yeah, there's not many OLED VR headsets at all, really, and it's a great shame. This is an incredible experience, it really is. And I hope you'll enjoy this little flight with the Vive Pro with me tonight. It's so relaxing. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. I've had a busy week, guys. I don't know about you, but work at the moment is pretty relentless leading up to the summer break. And yeah, I just so need this right now. And you really get a sense of that incredible lighting engine when you have an OLED screen. It all kind of falls down a bit though when I look at the screen, at the I guess, what would you call that, the PFDs, all the systems there. I can't really read a lot of that, if I'm honest. I can read the main display there, the airspeed tape and the altitude. I can read the this little sort of iPad thing there, but the finer text, and certainly down here, I can't read that at all, if I'm honest. And yeah, I do remember what it was like back in the CV1 days. Now, this headset, in its day, was the only real contender for the sort of high resolution segment of VR. When the CV1 and the original Vive came out, the Vive Pro, when it was sort of announced and released, it was kind of an enthusiast sort of pro consumer headset, I guess, really aimed at the commercial market. And you know, many enthusiasts did buy it. I actually didn't buy one. I was tempted, but the price was far too much, I thought. But you know what? It's an absolute privilege, an honour to try one, even in 2021, because there is still a bit of a niche, there's still a bit of a reason for this headset to exist, simply because of its beautiful OLED screen. Wow, look at this. Now with this particular Vive Pro, Mikey has installed the gear lens mod, which actually helps the sweet spot and general clarity. I have to say though, I do still need to shuffle it around a bit more. Every now and then, after about sort of 10-15 minutes, I just need to give it a bit of a shuffle around. I guess the sweet spot in this reminds me, I originally actually said it would remind me of the G2, but no, I think the sweet spot is not quite as good as the G2. I think it's more like the G1. That's not to say it's horrendous, but I must admit it's quite a small sweet spot. But nevertheless, this is a wonderful experience, and the frame rate I'm getting right now is insane. The fact I'm recording this, I've got everything on basically ultra. I've messed around with settings and I can get away with that with this headset. There's a lot to like, really, and for sort of VFR flying, it's pretty amazing. Now, of course, I'm not trying to convince any of you to buy a Vive Pro. I'm not. In fact, if anything, I wouldn't recommend it, really. Unless OLED screen, that, you know, the pure blacks are really, really important to you, I wouldn't really recommend it. But it's been great trying this out right before getting the Vive Pro 2, which is on its way right now to the VR Flight Sim HQ Man Cave. That is my ridiculously small room. This is just incredible. Oh my goodness me, I don't think I've had this much fun in Microsoft Flight Simulator in ages. Being this low and slow with such incredible frame rate. This feels like Aerofly FS2 on steroids. It's just wonderful. Imagine an OLED screen like this in 4K with frame rates like this, with a sort of 8KX style field of view. That is the dream, isn't it? That is the dream. So there it is, that's the IKEA store. We'll just drop down a bit if I dare. As I say, my helicopter skills are non-existent actually. In fact, it is known that I am the worst helicopter pilot in the world. That is a known fact actually. Here we go then. We'll just go around a bit here. I really love this bird. The H135 is the best freeware anything you'll get for this sim, to be honest. It's brilliant. Particularly aircraft wise, or helicopter wise, shall I say. There's another one out as well, isn't there? I think there's a Bell something or other out. So yeah, we're not really hovering here, we're just kind of awkwardly, trying not to crash basically. Look at that, this is photogrammetry down to street height. Look at that, oh my god. Is this a dream come true or what, guys? I think so. If I would have experienced this even 5 years ago, I would have thought that I'd probably just had an amazing dream and woken up with a hangover or something. I don't know. It's just amazing. Sometimes we need to take a step back, guys, from all of the whinging and the moaning and just realise what we have here. Yes, this hobby is expensive, but it's a hobby. All hobbies are expensive unless you collect stamps. It just is, isn't it? And what this gives you is a jaw-dropping, mind-blowing, incredible experience. Stick your superlatives in wherever you want to, because I do run out of them all the time. And in this headset, OLED screen, it's wonderful. It's a really wonderful experience. I think I might have to go and find a Vive Pro just to do this, to have this flight every now and then, to have an experience of this kind of level. The blacks, I mean, I know, on purpose, this is not a completely pitch black scene, because I know that on YouTube it's going to look rubbish. I know that, so I've tried to have a little bit of the sky, just so it's a bit of an inky sort of colour rather than completely pitch black, so you've got some sort of reference, because on YouTube this is going to look pants and you probably already stopped watching it already. But hey, I just had to do this. I could not have a Vive Pro and not show at least a nighttime scene in it somewhere. And I think Southampton in this helicopter seems to be the perfect combination, I think. Yes, I do indeed. Flying over people's houses, people's lives, gardens, driveways, it's all there. It's just an amazing experience, it really is. Loving that light, the way it's shining there on the ground. Dynamic lighting, fantastic. Who needs ray tracing, eh? So anyway, let's have a mess around with the settings again. And let's have a look here. We'll go for completely pitch black for a moment, because it's only just there anyway. And oh, that is just wonderful. A completely pitch black scenario here. That is extraordinary. I don't really fly at night a lot these days. The G2 isn't too bad. It's a pretty good headset considering it's an LCD. Much better than the Rift S, that's for sure, and the Quest 2. But it's not amazing. In fact, I think the 8KX is pretty damn good at night. It's actually probably a little bit better than the G2, because I do find you get quite a bit of lens glare. God rays, sorry. I always say that wrong. It's God rays, that's the official VR jargon. Right, let's just pull the put it up a little bit more here. Have a play around here with the settings. Maybe go for high level clouds. There we go. Look at this. So just get rid of that bloody mouse cursor. Seems to hang around a bit more since the update. There it is, look at that. That is a scene and a half. What a beautiful sim we have in VR. My god, it doesn't get any better than this. Anyway, I think I'm going to end the video here, guys. It's just basically a bit of my impression of an OLED screen in this sim. I've never done it before, and it's absolutely mind-blowing, to the point where I might actually be looking for a Vive Pro on eBay, just to have this experience every now and then. Thank you to Mikey for your loan of this headset and the base stations, and the index controllers, by the way, as well. You are a legend, my friend. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye for now.